We're now going to look at adding and subtracting fractions. It's very similar what you have to do for both of these techniques. The key to this is that in order to add or take a fraction, you have to have the same denominator. So let's look at adding first. We've got 2/3 add 4/5. We have to find a common denominator or a number that both 3 and 5 will go into. The easiest way to do this is to multiply out your denominators. So 3 times 5 is 15. So our common denominator is 15. Once we've got the denominators the same, we can add our fractions. Now, remembering back to our rule, whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do to the top. And whatever you do to the top, you've got to do to the bottom. We've multiplied the 3 by 5. So we have to multiply our numerator 2 by 5. So we get 10/15. And the same with the other side. We've multiplied our 5 by 3. So we have to multiply our 4 by 3. So we end up with 12/15. If we add these together now, we end up with 22/15. Now this is where you've got to be careful. Sometimes the children will add the 15s together and we'll end up with 22/30. That's not right because we're adding how many 15s we've actually got. So we've got 22/15. So it's just something to look out for with the children, that they don't end up with 30 on the bottom. And of course, 22/15 you can turn back into a mixed number. So we say, how many 15s go into 22? There will be 1. And then there will be 7 left over. So there'll be 7/15. If you're unsure about this, have a look at the other tutorial about mixed numbers. Now, the subtraction is very, very similar to this. You do exactly the same thing. So you have to get a common denominator. So we do 7 multiplied by 5, which is 35. Then we do our rule, whatever we do to the bottom, we've got to do to the top. So we've multiplied the 7 by 5, so we multiply the 4 by 5. So we end up with 20/35. On the other side, we've multiplied the 5 by the 7, so we multiply the 2 by the 7, which is 14. And now we take the 20 and the 14, so we do 14 away from 20, which leaves us with 6. So the answer to this is 6/35.